I was feeling a bit blue, so I put on Netflix's newest Netflix original movie, which is called A Perfect Pairing. Victoria Justice plays the typical, type A, go-getter character in these kind of rom-coms, and she is Lola, who is a wine company executive.
I'm so sorry the previous wine rep went MIA. I will personally handle your account from now on.
Good.
Hamish is this head chef that Lola has a connection with through her work, and he gives her this, kind of heads up that there's this wine company in Australia that doesn't have representation yet.
I'm angling for regional sales director.
I would like to see Lola Alvarez running her own show with her own wine import company. So, just got back from my Sydney house. Tried some new wines by Hazel Vaughan. Hazel doesn't have a US importer. If you get Mythos a contract for Vaughan wines, I'd put it on my list for all of my restaurants.
Lola has this terrible boss, because of course she does, and his name is Calder.
Remember, love our jobs.
May I remind you, this is a place of business, not a Chuck E. Cheese. Lola, update me on the King account.
Saved it, and our Burgundy was successfully added to his wine list. You know me, go big or go home.
That's why you're my number one. If only everyone was as motivated. I want new ideas at town hall tomorrow, okay? No resting on laurels.
Oh, no, I know. I hate laurels. Ugh.
Oh, I'm actually gonna be late. I finally scored a sit down with Wine Barn.
Fine, just don't pitch me any of that all-female Uruguayan wine collective nonsense again.
I know it's small batch, but it's these really incredible women who...
I'm in the wine business, not the whining business.
Oh. He's gonna fire me. I can feel it.
Okay.
And I think this actor is just not bringing any swag, any charisma, right? He doesn't look like he's having fun with this role, and I'm fine with the cheesiness. In fact, I'm expecting the cheesiness from something like this movie. But this character is just, typical one-dimensional villain, and he also doesn't seem to be having any fun with it.
Speaking of hookups, spill.
Oh, come on. We've already finished the other gossip.
Here we go.
Lola's dad is a little quirky, and he has quirky friends, and I like it. Let's normalize having, a friend group as an adult. As somebody's dad, you should still have friends, and we should see that in movies. We learn some exposition here. Lola's brokenhearted because her fiance broke up with her. I think later we find out that he cheated on her, and her dad's like, you have to try.
It's time to press play. You got to learn to trust again.
So I wonder where this movie's going. Lola's work friend Audra steals Lola's idea about the Australian wine company, and this scene is questionable. It made me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Sugar Pops, I got the opera tickets. Okay, ciao.
Vaughan Family Wines is my find.
Well, Audra pitched it, and now it's hers.
Okay, only because I told her about it.
Well, that was your big mistake now, wasn't it? We learn lessons the hard way, Lola.
Is this wine deal so big that the boss literally doesn't care that one of his employees stole the idea from another employee? And I feel like it's been established that Lola's like the rock star of the company, and Audra is like the fledgling. Is that the right word? Fledgling? The one that is not the opposite of a rock star. The one that is not doing a good job at her job. So I don't understand why Calder would just be like, sucks for you, Lola, let this be a lesson. I think that this type of guy likes money, right? So he'd want to keep someone around that brings in a lot of money versus rewarding someone that doesn't bring in a lot of money and isn't very good at their job.
Sugar Pops, I got the opera tickets. Okay, ciao.
Ciao. Those are very hard to pull off. Once again, my gripe is not that this is unrealistic. My issue is that I'm internally cringing versus being like, haha, this guy, so cheesy, so evil, having a good time with it. Instead, I'm just like, oh no.
It's no secret you're not the most warm and fuzzy boss, Calder. But hey, I get it. Wine is a tough business, and I told myself you were setting a high bar for good reason, but nope. Turns out you are a garden variety snob. You mistake cruelty for cleverness, and when it comes to wine, you barely know a Petit Verdot from a Petit Syrah. You're not fooling anyone. I'm quitting.
No, you can't leave. I decide when someone
Oh,
leaves.
not today, pal. You fall straight into the category if life is too short. You know what? I would rather sell margaritas in a can at a suburban 7-Eleven than work another minute for you. Bye, hon. Good luck finding someone else's ideas to steal. Take care, team. Oh, and I have a stash of Girl Scout cookies in my bottom desk drawer, so parting gift.
So Lola, like, rage quits? I guess that's what this scene is supposed to be, rage quitting. Is calling someone a snob a diss? I feel like this guy would not find that, you know, a diss. I feel like he wants to be a snob, right? So, I don't know, that's her big stick it to them is, you're a snob. Like, she could have gone a bit harder with that. The click of the tongue and the salute feels a bit off to me. And also, what was the direction for the extras on this? If this boss is so terrible, wouldn't all the coworkers kind of be hyping Lola up? Wouldn't there be more you go girl energy? Instead, we're getting kind of like confused murmurs, confused looks, like what's happening? I think it's pretty clear she's rage quitting, right?
On your butts, everyone.
Calder's meeting's in 4 weeks. I did some internet sleuthing. That sabbatical Hazel's on, she spends it every year at her family's sheep farm in Australia, like a stay in touch with her roots kind of thing. Hazel Vaughn's farm also has an Airbnb cottage. Yeah, I'll rent the cottage and pitch my company to Hazel first. Boom! It's a matter of principle now.
Wow. Australia?
So Lola goes to Australia to try and land the Vaughn family label, the winery, vineyard.
Welcome.
Well, good morning, Australia. Hi.
Let me help you with that.
Thanks. Whoa! Oh my God, are you all right?
Gravity. I'm all good now. And time to go.
Hold it against me. I like a misdirect, right? He's very handsome when he opens the door. Lola's clearly very into it, and I appreciate a good misdirect, especially in the romantic comedy genre, because we don't get too many misdirects that aren't telegraphed ahead of time. Maybe it's because I live in SF, but why did she just leave her suitcase on the ground? That seems like they didn't want her to roll it around during the next scene, so they're like, just leave it, nobody will notice. But I noticed, and I'm sure other people noticed.
Where do I check in? Wow. Oh! Hi.
I think the editing for this sequence could have been better. We see the close-up of the mysterious boots. We see Lola looking around. We see a medium close-up of Lola saying, wow. We see the wide shot of Max walking in. And then there's this wide shot of Lola reacting to Max clearing his throat. And I think the wide shot of Max spoils the surprise, right? Not only is he sneaking up on her, but he's hot. And now we know that. And we know that before Lola knows that. And shouldn't we kind of be going on this journey with Lola?
Let me show you to your slightly more modest lodging before the boss gets home, okay?
Oh, wait. If by boss you mean Hazel Vaughn, could you help a girl get introduced?
Right. That's why you're snooping around her house. Come on.
Not snooping.
I like that Lola is clear with her intentions. A lesser movie would have had her hide why she's really there. And I like that she's just straight to the point.
Excuse me, mate, we got issues. Miss. That new jackaroo Peter, he's just quit. Done.
It's not like that bludger did any work. I always had to send him off to sober up under a tree.
Oh, wait, I saw that guy. He took my airport van to the pub.
That sounds about right. I've been calling everywhere. No one has any workers to spare, not even a bloody backpacker. Anyway, got to get back to the sheep.
Righto.
It just seems like a lazy exit. They had to get this guy out of there, so they just put it in the dialogue. Anyway, gotta get back to work. Maybe Max could have said something short, right? Like, all right, thanks for letting me know. I'll get some calls and I'll come find you. That's a natural exit, right? Then the guy's like, all right, and leaves. Instead it's gotta get back to work now.
Hey, stop.
Hi. Hi, Lola Alvarez. I am very excited about your wine, Miss Vaughn. And since you're only considering American importers personally, I figured a self-made lady boss would appreciate another self-made lady boss
Sorry,
coming
Hazel,
here.
she's staying
Not
a
done
bit.
talking. My company, Salud Imports, is a newly established California importer.
I've never heard of them. How new?
Well, so far it's only me, and I'm still in the process of getting licensed.
Despite the ambush, I admire your moxie, and Hamish King is an impressive name drop, so I'll be just as straight with you in return. You've clearly done your research. Vaughan Family Wines is my baby, so there is absolutely no way I'll go with a first-time importer.
Bad news. Jackaroo bailed on us today.
It's the middle of shearing season.
Yeah, same as neighbouring stations. Everyone's shorthanded.
Well, I can do it.
Could do what?
The job. Look, I came all this way to show Miss Vaughn I go the extra mile. This is the extra mile. I'm a hard worker, and I will hit the ground running just as I will when I'm working with your wine.
I can't believe it's come to this.
Looks like your lucky day. Max here will be in charge of training you. Starting today. Give us all you've got. If you pass muster at mustering, then we can talk wine.
So Hazel insists that Max train Lola, which is convenient, a convenient plot device. But they do explain it later, so I'm fine with it.
Well, I mean, don't I need to drop my bag off at the cottage first?
Leave it, and no more cottage. Workers stay in the shearers' quarters.
Well, I mean, I can't just leave my bag here. What if it gets stolen?
We're 200 kilometres away from anything.
Oh, so she does actually care about her suitcase, which is why she left it on the ground, literally in the street. So we're almost 20 minutes in when the most egregious thing happens. We have this wipe transition, and this wipe is straight out of PowerPoint, and I do not understand the use of this wipe. You know, all the other transitions or cuts before have been just regular hard cuts, or we had a few dissolves, right? And 20 minutes in, we have this hideous wipe, and I don't understand it. And then there's more wipes used in the rest of the movie. 20 minutes to the end, there's like a bunch of wipes that are all ugly and terrible. I was speaking to my boyfriend who is an editor, and he mostly works on corporate stuff, but he was kind of saying like, hey, you can't just blame the editor of this movie. It could have been the director. And I agree, because the director watched it, and the director either said, I'm not feeling the wipes, or they said, yes, more wipes. And in the end, there's a bunch of wipes in here, and the director signed off on it, so it's mostly the director's fault. But if the editor put them in on their own accord, then, you know, shame. All I know is that I hate them, and they cheapen the whole movie. They turn this movie into an ABC Family Channel movie, which it's like, why? You're trying to get the most bang for your buck. You want your movie to look as expensive as it can. You made it look cheaper.
Your new roomie. Hi.
Lola meets her fellow workers, and I like that there's a good group of females there. I think this job could be traditionally very masculine, so I like that there's, you know, some diversity in there in terms of gender. Lola's outfits, it's been told to us that she didn't really come prepared to have to do a physical job. Yet, you know, she makes do with what she has, and she looks flawless, you know, perfect makeup. The only thing that's a little, you know, crumpled is the hair, and I'm tired of people being scared of, you know, making someone not look perfect with the perfect makeup and the perfect outfit. She doesn't even sweat. She's doing a very physically demanding job, and we don't see any sweat ever.
Hey, stop!
No, I'll fix it. I just need to get the plow.
Brown snake! It's a brown snake.
Oh, I never noticed your beauty until I saw you up close.
How's it going with the American?
She has spirit, I'll say that.
Uh-huh. Translation, she's useless?
Hi there. Hi, here I am. Hard at work. Whoa! Oh, no. I saw this whole thing going differently.
Hayes, you alright?
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Oh.
I'm sorry, this doesn't seem like such a big deal. You know, she said sorry. This is the thing that causes her to quit. The final straw is this.
Can I hitch a ride?
Yep. You know, when it comes to hard work, some turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some don't turn up at all.
You really do have a thing for inspirational quotes, don't you?
You turned up, Lola, and you didn't turn up your nose. That's worth a lot in my book.
Max gives Lola a pep talk. He says he admires that she's been trying hard since the beginning. She's not scared to get her hands dirty. And you know, I can get behind this. I wish that they would show us her a little more dirty, right? Then we'd have the contrast of her at the beginning versus her on the farm, on the vineyard. She looks pretty similar. I think the makeup's identical. Maybe a little less lipstick, of course. Do men like being shirtless when they're doing physical labor? Are they not worried about getting a sunburn? This is a genuine question. Please let me know. Song Home by Edward Sharpe, and I distinctly remember this song in like 2010. And from this point onward, they used a lot of songs kind of from that era. So I think they're hinting to the nostalgia of people that like Victoria Justice and grew up with her in her career, which is an interesting choice because now I am old enough for this to start happening in movies where characters are, you know, full-grown adults. So yeah, I did like the music. It definitely hit some nostalgia for me.
Chicken.
Is that a dare?
Well, that depends on whether you take it or not.
There's something about a romantic pool scene. Normally, you know, there's some kind of intimacy or emotional intimacy in these scenes. In this scene, we just have...
Don't splash me.
Which is, you know, could have done a bit more there.
So she's in Australia, trying to steal our account.
I mean, it was originally hers.
Well done, Lola. Clever girl. She found a workaround. You know, it'd be smart for you to do the same, Audra.
I think the filmmaker thought that they were really doing something with this scene, but once again, they telegraphed the gag. You start with the close-up of the squishy ball, telling us, keep your eye on the ball, something's gonna happen with the ball, and then the reveal, the gag is that the ball bursts. And I think it was Charlie Chaplin, right, that said that drama happens in the close-up and comedy happens in the wide, and I'm paraphrasing that. But this is a good example of that, right? If we had started tighter and then when the ball bursts, we cut back to the wide, that would have been funnier instead of what they did here.
Say yes to running it. Just the wine division. Be nice if I had help.
I am tired of this conversation, all right? So why are we still having it?
You need a fire lit under your bum, brother.
No, I don't. I like it out on the land, mustering the mob. It's peaceful.
I saw you and Lola in the pool the other night.
Are you busting my chops?
Yeah, well, I'm your sister.
I have a reveal that Max is Hazel's brother. I think she literally calls him brother, and she also says, I'm your sister. Make it clear that they're related. And I feel like they have like some chemistry going on. So maybe that's why they were like, we need to explicitly state 2 or 3 times that your characters are related, because the chemistry we're feeling is a little uncomfortable for 2 characters that are related.
I've never been in a real bar fight, okay? There are so no bar fights at wine tastings. It's just like, you know, like sob long and like boring chit chat and.
I think playing drunk is hard. That's all I'm gonna say.
I wonder why it's called Vaughn Family Wines. I mean, Hazel kind of seems like a solo act. This place is giving me ideas.
So Max is feeling guilty about hiding part of his identity. You know, an emotional moment, an emotional turn, and then we have this ugly ass wipe that wipes away any emotion I was feeling.
It's all good.
Whatever you say.
Whatever.
Oh,
Okay, like, why are they going to bed fully dressed? And neither of them comment on, like, Burr, it's so cold, let's go to bed fully dressed. It's just supposed to be normal.
There's something I need to tell you. I should have told you a while ago. It's not as big then.
Have you ever interrupted someone to kiss them? This seems very rude. It's a very movie thing to do. Finally, we have a more sophisticated wipe. We have a camera move in there, which is covering the wipe. And something like this takes a little bit more planning. It's not as easy as just slapping a wipe in there like they have been doing. So Max admits to Lola that he's Hazel's brother and that he's rich and that he, you know, put money into their company So he's not just leeching off of his sister. And Lola's reaction is she's mad. She's like, you lied to me. I trusted you.
So you think that I'd use you?
In all fairness, you did come to Waratah to land Hazel as a client.
Yeah, but I was truthful. I mean, I told you both why I was here. I'm not some thief after anyone's money. I worked hard for a genuine opportunity. But you know what would you know about honesty?
Yeah, all right. Look, I deserve that, all right? The thing is, Lola,
I never expected you to throw me for a loop.
Oh, okay.
So all this time, sharing confidences. So I even asked you about Vaughn family wines, and you're only telling me this now?
I'm sorry, all right? This isn't easy for me. The only person at Waratah who knows is Hazel. But I trust you.
Great. Great, you trust me, but how am I now supposed to trust you?
I was just trying to protect my heart.
Yeah, well, I wish I'd done the same.
I feel like it wouldn't be that unusual for someone that's rich to kind of keep that close to the vest. But yeah, she's pretty upset about it, which, once again, seems contrived to me.
That's why I came all this way, to hire you back. Lola is being promoted to National Sales Director. She'll be handling your account.
Actually, Calder's mistaken. I won't be returning to Mythos, but I understand that you need to go with an established importer.
I'm disappointed you won't be on my team. Solid Imports is just too new.
Sibylla Vaughn inspired me. You have a unique opportunity here to have her inspire countless others around the world. Parting gift. Best of luck to you.
Good luck to you too, Lola.
I like how Lola handles this. Classy.
Mythos and Vaughn Family Wines have parted ways.
Have you even tried calling Max? No. Look, it took me a while to figure this out, but it's not even that he lied. You know, I don't know, I don't think he knows who he is yet.
Sure, but what if his way to change that was to share it with someone he really trusted, and that was you?
Audra is the only one making sense in this movie, and Lola still refuses to call Max, and she uses the old tired and overused,
when we said goodbye, he didn't step up for me.
He didn't fight for me, and I am so tired of that. You know, we need communication, people. You need to talk to each other, talk about what you're feeling. So Max shows up in a suit. This is businessman Max, which I think is not as attractive as farmer Max. Businessman Max also has this like crusty hair gel in, which is unneeded and makes them look worse. But you know, sometimes you have to dim down your looks to get taken seriously.
Go big or go home, right?
Shut up and kiss me already.
And I hope that Max takes Lola aside and tells her, you know, you need to stop interrupting me to jump on me and kiss me. Like, I get it. I like you too, but let me finish my sentence before the kiss, you know, just a mutual respect.
Happy endings.
Damn, Stuart, chill. Could you give me a few seconds to think like, oh, that was a cute movie. What a cute end scene before you kind of shoehorn your credit in there. I simply can't get over the terrible wipe transitions. I need to know who's responsible.
So long and like boring chit chat and